This week, Netflix's chilling Adventures of Sabrina finds new life, NECA gets excited about things turning 40, Elvira finds her new address with Department 56, and more. This is This Week in Geek. Hi there, I'm Mike, and I'm the All Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Geek, my weekly series where I recap the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. If you're watching this on the day it's released, Comic-Con at Home officially kicks off today. The virtual San Diego Comic-Con event will have plenty of panels for horror fans to get excited about thanks to AMC and Shudder. But this week, some of our favorite toy makers decided to kick things off a little early and hold some virtual events all their own. Both NECA and Mezco Toyz began unveiling some of their con exclusives and announcements early. But before we dive into that, let's talk about what Comic-Con was originally about. Comics. Some huge comic news was unleashed this week when Archie Comics announced that Netflix's chilling Adventures of Sabrina would be resurrected in an all-new comic series from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina creator and the Netflix series showrunner, writer, and executive producer Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa. The new comic book series, The Occult World of Sabrina, will be released under the Archie Horror imprint and will pick up where the final episode of the Netflix series left off. The series will bring back all of your favorite characters from the show and will kick off with its first story arc, A World Without Sabrina. While no official release date was announced, The Occult World of Sabrina is expected to be released sometime later this year. But Aguirre-Sacasa isn't stopping there. It was also announced that the comic book writer would be reuniting with artist Robert Hack to resume work on the original Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comic book series, with issue 9 hitting stores on October 13th. Issue 9 resumes the Witch War storyline, pitting Spellman against Spellman and the dead against the living. After bringing Harvey's body back to life, along with her father's soul, Sabrina must find a person to sacrifice or risk opening the gates of hell. But wait, would Sabrina really kill somebody? Would she? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. The 32-page return of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is available for pre-order now from the Archie Comics website or from your favorite local comic shop. And in other comic and con news, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark has launched an all-new crowdfunded comic titled Elvira, The Wrath of Khan. No, not Con! But Con, as in San Diego Comic-Con. The Mistress of the Dark has teamed with frequent comic collaborators David Abalone and Dave Acosta to release the 48-page Kickstarter exclusive comic. In it, Elvira is the guest of honor at San Diego Comic-Con, but while at the convention, an army of angry maniacs attack and want Elvira's head on a platter. The book promises to have everything you crave from conventions, including cosplay, celebrities, ritual murder, and more. Pledges of just $20 will get you a copy of the comic with plenty of different pledge tiers and bonus add-ons to choose from. So for more information, be sure to check out the full coverage over at allhallowsgeek.com. And in other Elvira news, the Mistress of the Dark has found a new address in Department 56's Halloween Village. This Halloween season, fans of the Halloween icon will be able to add Elvira's house to their Department 56 Halloween Village collection. Loosely inspired by the horror hostess's inherited home in her feature film Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the new lit resin house is decked out with bats and autumn leaves and is primed for Elvira's favorite night of the year. Elvira's house will set you back $125 and is available for pre-order from Department 56 now, along with corresponding accessory featuring Elvira walking her punk rock pup Gonk, which will set you back an additional $30. And while we're talking about things that'll set you back, now might be a good time to talk to you a bit about this week's Comic-Con horror collectible reveals. On Monday, NECA held its own Comic-Con panel where it unveiled a slew of new announcements that ranged from Bride of Chucky to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But perhaps some of the most exciting reveals were those around 40th anniversaries of some of our favorite horror flicks. First, NECA announced that in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Halloween 2, the collectible toy maker would be releasing a special Halloween 2 collectible figure 2-pack featuring Michael Myers and Sam Loomis. The new release marks the first time Dr. Loomis has ever received a fully articulated figure, and the Good Doctor will come with a removable trench coat, pair of guns, and a lighter accessory. The Michael Myers figure will come with 2 portraits, the Bloody Tears mask and regular mask, and will have an updated color scheme to match the look of the coveralls in the second film. The figure will also come with all of his weapons from the film, including a syringe, hammer, and knife, and the set will also include a skull jack-o'-lantern inspired by the film's poster. But perhaps one of the more interesting accessories from the set are the flames. That's right, flames. You can recreate the final scenes of the film where Dr. Loomis sets Michael ablaze using flame accessories that attach to the Michael figure. The special 40th anniversary Halloween 2 Ultimate Figure 2-pack will be released sometime next year. And another John Carpenter film turns 40 next year, his 1982 remake of The Thing. Following the success of NECA's previously released MacReady Ultimate figure, NECA announced its Station Survival MacReady figure, which will be released next year. The new figure will come with a removable flamethrower backpack accessory, along with a handful of other accessories from the film, including the Petri dish with the positive blood test that unveils which character was the Thing in the film. But don't worry, I know it's only been 40 years, so you're not going to get any spoilers from me. I won't ruin it for you. You'll just have to watch to find out. And rounding out the 40th anniversary announcements, NECA shared that next year they would be releasing a Ultimate Creep figure inspired by the original horror anthology Creepshow. No images were shared during the event, but it was announced that the figure would include multiple portraits and a candle accessory, along with a wired robe that will allow for posing. Other announcements included new releases from Alien vs. Predator, Gremlins 2, and more, so be sure to check out the full recap over on allhallowsgeek.com. And on Thursday, toy maker Mezco Toyz kicked off its virtual Comic-Con event, MezcoCon. The event kicked off with the unveiling of its LDD Presents Halloween 3 Season of the Witch box set. The 3-doll set features the trick-or-treaters from Halloween 3 wearing the witch, jack-o'-lantern, and skull silver shamrock masks. With this being nothing more than a reveal, Mezco did not disclose any details on the release, availability, price, or other specifics, so we'll have to wait for an update in the coming months for all of that information. MezcoCon resumes on Friday, the day of this video's release, with 4 more product reveals planned for today and 4 planned for Saturday. You can catch all of the MezcoCon reveals by following @Mezco Toyz on Instagram or Twitter, or liking Mezco Toyz on Facebook. And for my SoCal viewers, we got 2 big theme park announcements this week. First, Universal Studios Hollywood announced that tickets for this year's Halloween Horror Nights event are now on sale. Tickets can be purchased through hollywood.halloweenhorrornights.com with various ticket options available now and more to be announced soon, including the Premium RIP Tour, Frequent Fear, and Ultimate Fear passes. But more than just ticket releases, Universal also announced the return of 2 fan-favorite mazes. 2016's The Exorcist is making its return for 2021 and will transport fans into some of the most haunting scenes from the iconic film. 2019's original concept maze, The Curse of Pandora's Box, which is inspired by some of Greek mythology's most fearsome creatures, will also return for 2021. This disturbing experience transports guests from the land of the living to the nightmarish netherworld of Hades, where the demonic temptress Pandora serves as their guide. Halloween Horror Nights returns to Universal Studios Hollywood on September 9th and will run on select nights through Halloween. And while tickets aren't yet available for Knott's Scary Farm, the theme park did announce this year's Scare Zones. Returning for 2021, guests will be able to venture into the fog in returning Scare Zone's Ghost Town Streets, Forsaken Lake, The Hollow, and Carnival. Knott's Scary Farm returns on select nights starting on September 16th, with tickets for the events going on sale on August 16th. However, if you want to get a leg up on folks, you can always take advantage of the Knott's Scary Farm hotel packages, which are already available and include tickets to the event. My wife and I regularly take advantage of the Haunted Dreams package, which includes a pre-scare dinner, breakfast, a Scary Farm t-shirt, and more. It's obviously going to be a bit pricier, but it's definitely worth the cost in my opinion, especially if you're a big Scary Farm fan. That's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this week's show, give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Geek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, you'll find links to the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com down in the description below. Until next week, keep it creepy.